Hello YouTubers. Today we're going to work on the AC on the pop-up camper. Last week I did something. I did a video on changing the oil on the Kia Optima, and I lost some footage, so I'm going to have to play what I have and then fill in what I lost. So that's still pending. This is going to be pending, and then hopefully it doesn't rain all day on my birthday, my 64th birthday. I'm going to do a little video on what I did on my birthday. Okay, so let's get back at this one. On the top here, the AC, there's 4 bolts, 2 in the back and 2 in the front. That 2 up here just holds this. This is in 2 pieces, holds the cover. So those of you who've never taken this off before, that's how you do it. Alright, so I'll put you back here. This thing can go up a little bit higher. I don't know if it's going to be high enough to... I don't want to put it on top of the camper, because that thing ever fell off, this thing would come crashing down. So let's see how this thing will go up. That's it. Well, here, let me shut this off and see if I can figure out something better. Figure out something. Is it recording? Yeah, it's recording. There we go. Okay. Let me turn this around in the front. Maybe I can see myself. Got a garage sale next door. Let's check that out. Alrighty. It's nice today. It's supposed to be up in the 90s. It's about 75, 76 today. If you get a nail on top of your camper, make sure you put something down. Distribute the weight around so you don't put your knees through it. This is pretty tough on the top here, but still it can move. Thinking about it. Alright, so the front should come up there. I can't remember, I think maybe the back comes up first. Okay, I'm going to put this at the beginning of the video. See, people can see how this thing comes off. I have my little screwdriver here. See if you can see what I'm doing. All right. See, this thing snaps in here. Let's see if I can snap it together. There we go. So you'll come up to it, it'll look just like this. I'm just making sure, okay? Let me zoom in a little bit. Oh! And I'll get on the... Well, I guess I have to stay on that side. Come on, zoom. Can I get both? Well, we'll do this bottom one first. Now this is locked in. This is, you just taken the 4 screws out. So what you do is you stick your screwdriver in here. And you pull on the bottom of this a little bit. You can leave your screwdriver, just pull a little bit. There. Alright, then go up to the next one. Pull that up over the edge. Pull on that a little bit. You'll see it'll come out. Just keep pulling on it, see? And then we go up to the very top one. These are all snapped across the top. Can you still see that? I just want to make sure I'm still in. Yeah. And then we'll pull on this one a little bit as we're pulling on this bottom part, and that top one should pop out. It should pop out now because it's not even latched. There. So that's how you pop those out. So I'm going to put this in the first part of the video because you really couldn't see what I was doing. All right. There we go. I'll show you later. Yeah, there we go. I just had to get one going. Yeah, forgot about that. It's been quite a few years since I took this apart. Okay, I got the side ones on. It's got to lift up and pull back on it. There's a little locking tab here. There we go. Keep some tension on it. Pulling it apart. Okay. Alright. Should be able to get it off now, I think. Goes forward. There we go. Okay. Oh my god. So now we have to take this cover off. Because underneath here is your blower. Here's part of your blower. This is the condenser and the evaporator. Alright, so that would put it right there. This has little, that's where the screws go. Bounces around a lot. Yep. Alright, so I got the screws on this side. Alright. Coming over to your side now. Take these screws out of the front. So we gotta take these 3 tabs out of it. I think I'd have to, but the upper ones can stay in there. I think they're to hold the fiber on. I loosened one of them up. I'll tighten it up. Screws are all the same size. I just keep it with that tab. Supposed to come on. Screwdriver here. Stick it in. Jeez. Other screw. Okay. I got the one off on the other side. I'll be going back over to get that one. I didn't get the one off on the other side. It's not in behind this tape. Yeah, it's behind this tape. Tell you what, this thing's got a million screws on it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's got 16 screws. Okay. gonna have to take the side cover off. I don't know. But we are. Come on. Oh God, that's a hard one. This one. Let's see if it comes. Come on, baby. There we go. Yeah. Man, that bugger was tight. Alrighty, we got everything in here. Capacitors. All kinds of stuff in here. Okay. No, still don't see anything. It's the drain. Where's the drain hole? Where's that? Okay, I'm back. You lift this up and you take this tray out. So that's what we're gonna do. We've already taken this little piece off the top that fits down in here like this. Fits down like this here. So I've already taken that off, set that up here. Then you lift this up and you pull this tray out. Okay. You lift it up and you pull the tray out. There we go. Okay. Oh, there we go. You gotta kind of tip it a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. You gotta tip it up this way a little bit. Get the back loose. It looks like it maybe has a lip. It goes underneath this thing here. Not easy. There we go. Okay. Alright, we're going to examine this a little closer here now. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So the water comes down into here, and then it comes out these little holes, which are plugged. That one there is plugged. You can see there's a bunch of junk in there, so that one's plugged. And that one's plugged. And they just go down into this, onto the top of your, right here, see? And it runs out underneath here. So what he was saying that the other guy, to drill these holes out, see how small those holes are? I could probably push that crap back up in there, see? Those are plugged. Drill those holes out a little bit bigger, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in there and drill those holes out bigger. So I'm going to shut you off for now and go do that. Alright, we're back. Back? Okay. I'm going to drill these holes out. That's what the guy said. I can't remember who it was there. Drill these holes out bigger. That's what we're going to do. So drill the holes out bigger. Okay. Pick out all the plastic so it doesn't jam up in the hole or stick stuff up in there. Let's go through the bottom side. Little pieces of plastic that's stuck. After you drill it, pick those out of there. Yeah. So what they'll do is just pick up stuff and build it up. Oh, come on. See what I'm talking about? little pieces of plastic from the drill. That'll just catch dirt. You want to get that out of there. There we go. Just make sure there's no debris, no little pieces of fuzz in there, nothing. We'll go do the same with this here. This one has a little bit. See, this one here has got a little bit right there. See that? A little bit right there too. So we got to make sure we clean those up really good. Or this making the hole bigger isn't going to do us any good. Just be prepared to take out a lot of Phillips screws. And we'll have to see how this thing goes back together. I see there's some screws right here, and there's a screw down here. We'll have to see if that get that lined up when we put the screws in. That holds up the inner. This one's being a little bit of a goofball here. There we go. Oh, come on. It's a piece of plastic. It's fighting me. Okay. You gotta go for a little perfection sometimes. Takes time, I know. This is who I am. A lot of stuff isn't perfected, believe me. I don't want to be taking this thing apart or having this thing drip on me while we're camping. Okay, so there's the holes. Front, back, back, front. Okay, now we got to put this thing back together again. I thought there might have been a lip on here, but there's a, I'll show you when I'm putting it together. And the styrofoam, put my screwdriver right there, the end of my screwdriver. There's a, see that? There's a line that goes all the way across there. That's where this lip fits. It's got to fit in that piece of styrofoam. So now comes the fun. All back together. Just take your time, be careful. Like I said, you got these really small tubes here and wires and stuff. And look at this here. Get that out. I'm going to go over to the other side. I wonder if I should just blow those out before. Put that back in. Yeah, let's look over here. There's a bunch of shit in there. Yes. Okay. Alright, let's put this pan back in. Just take your time. A little bit hard coming out for sure. Had to tip it out at a little bit of an angle. Once we get it in there, it should lay flat. Back there, let's tip it up and get it in that lip. There we go. That's in that lip. And once you get it in the one side, you get it in the other side. There we go. Here. That's pretty clean. Pick this other stuff out. Just a few things in here. Nothing's gonna cause any problems. I think I'm just going to probably blow it out. Blow this thing out. Pick the big chunks out first. Okay. And I brought this thing up to put the screws in so I don't blow the screws away. The other screws are on the other side of this thing here. Oh, we got to put this into it. This edge is very sharp, so watch yourself. Very, very sharp. There's a little lip in here and one there. And you notice there's two little notches. A notch there, and there's a notch here. So that has to fit. See that notch? So when you slide it in that deal, it fits in those little notches there. Right in the middle. Right. Okay. Let me go grab some air and I'll be right back. Yep, it's recording. Alright. We can just I turned the air down on my deal, so we're just gonna blow some of this stuff out. Until we get this thing closed off, any junk that's in here is going to possibly get stuck in those holes. But since we got them drilled out bigger and everything's hunky-dory, then I think we're fine there. So all we have to do is put this thing back together. And like I said, when you put some of these fronts on, it's going to go here. Hey, here we go. So there's be more screws there. Is that how they? Yeah, it goes up this way. There we go. Okay, so we've got the screw there, and this probably fits up under here. You can see the line there where that goes, and everything fits fine. All right. So we'll put it all back together. I'm going to grab the drill this time. It'll go together the opposite way that we took it apart. So that's that. So we cleaned it out. The holes were, it did do some dripping last time we went camping, and it kind of stopped. So I figured I better take it apart before we go camping it again and clean it out. Should probably take this cover off maybe after you leave it in storage all winter long, just to make sure the mice don't get up in here and get into that fan or just build a nest somewhere, and then when you start this thing up you'll be having mouse stuff blowing all over the inside of your camper. So I think next year for sure I'm going to take this top off before we go camping next year and check it out. So okay, I'm back. Of course I forget some stuff. I wanted to show you how you drop your camera. That's what I wanted to show you. So if you wanted to line something up, say here, you can take your drill bit, stick this end in, not the cutting end, this end, stick it in there a little bit, and you can move it around. You can probably push this, move it around to get that hole started. Let's see. Might tap it a little bit with the hammer here. There you go. A few of those on the other side that I didn't have to tap with the hammer. I just stuck it in the hole. Just kind of line things up, see? Lines things up to get your screw started. So you can use the back side of a drill bit to stick in those holes to line stuff up. And I found out that I put some screws in here, and when I put this top on, I was hitting the screws. I had to take the screws back out. That happens. Well, it happens to me. It might not happen to you. I'm going to put some more tape up here in these corners just to make this a little tighter fit. And those are the way the clips go on, because that way that front hood fits up underneath these lips. So that's how you orientate those clips with that side, just like that. And I'll show you after I get all the screws in how that unsnapped. All right. Okay. I can't think of anything else. This one was kind of hard to get in. I had to flip this door forward over here, start this one then loosely, and then flip the door up here to start this one back here. There's a panel in here. It moves. It's right here where the capacitors are. This is where the capacitors are. So, all right, I'll be back. Yep, back. I'm really gonna have to edit the heck out of this thing. So I signed off and said, well, I just got to put the top on, I'll be done. Well, there was things that had to be shown. I'll put the top on, so yeah, don't forget to take a break. I like to have my Snapple peach tea. Not a sponsor, but I like it. I like my Dr. Pepper too. So I just did a little video. I'm going to move it to the front when I take this top off, so people getting into this know how. I put some tape on here. Put some good duct tape. Don't get that cheap stuff. Put some tape back on there. I did the other side too. And so this is all ready to go back together. Put those screws on the top, and we should be ready to go camping. And if it gets a little bit hot, we can just turn the AC on for a while. It's been getting kind of nice here. Looks like maybe on my birthday week, next week, looks like it might be in the 80s, like lower 80s. So maybe the nights will be down in the 60s or something. So, camping weather. I got to clean the top of this camper off, really dirty. We had a cover for this, but this winter, the wind got a hold of the cover and ripped it. So we have to fix that before this winter. But I needed to clean this top off, so it's sat out here all summer without a cover on it, which I'm kind of particular. I should have fixed it, but it was kind of extensive rip. And Flo and I are a bit busy. Both of us, you know, she works computer stuff, and I do maintenance, apartment maintenance and other kinds of maintenance. And we just been busy. Well, shortage of people. You see it everywhere. Every time you go somewhere, you know, see people being hired. You know, a lot of kids are starting out their first job making, you know, $12 to $16 an hour, starting their first job. You know, my first job, I think I was getting $2 as a busboy. So, times changed. All right, so I'm going to do official sign off this time. I'm going to have to edit back on some of this stuff and cut that one out, put this one in at the end. So this is Rick. Be nice to your neighbor, and get out there and do some camping. Get out of the house. Have some fun. All right, bye.